DukeEngage is a program at Duke University that provides full funding for Duke undergraduates to do immersive civic engagement, either somewhere in the United States or in a location abroad. One of the most unique things about Duke University and DukeEngage is that we are a fully funded program, which means that we provide for students a living stipend, we provide funding for medication and vaccination, we provide airfare, and I think most importantly, given the ethos of Duke University, we provide for for students who are on need-based financial aid, waiver of the summer earnings requirement for those students who are required to have summer earnings, which means that students who are on need-based financial aid at Duke University participate in DukeEngage in the same exact proportion that they're represented on campus. And that's been a fundamental commitment of the program since we began. Students can participate in DukeEngage in one of two ways. The first way is through one of our group programs. We have each year approximately 40 group programs. Those are announced at the end of September or beginning of October. A third of those are in the United States and 2/3 of those are abroad. And each have a service theme, and students can look both at the location, the prerequisites for the program, and the service theme to figure out what might work for them. Students may also participate through completing an independent project. And an independent project is to go somewhere in the United States or around the world to undertake a civic engagement project under the supervision of a faculty or staff member, but that faculty or staff member is not in the field with the student. And we fund about 40 of those a year. Parents are most often interested in how they should advise their students about applying to DukeEngage and how we make decisions about who gets in. I would say that it's important to remember that DukeEngage is a selective program, which means we accept about 50% of the students who apply each year, though what we do also know is that if students apply to DukeEngage and don't get in after their first year, they should apply again, and perhaps even again. We have very few cases of students who have applied 3 times to DukeEngage and not gotten to participate in the program. It's also important to note that you may only do DukeEngage once. So we're looking for students who bring to DukeEngage a sense of humility, a sense of curiosity, a sense of being committed to serving community partners and responding to the needs of community partners. And students can display those sensibilities both in the written application that they complete for the program and if they move forward in our application process in the interviews that they'll have where we make our final decisions. Once students are accepted to DukeEngage, they spend the spring semester doing a variety of things that we hope prepare them to do this work well, to do it ethically, to do it with intelligence, and to do it being prepared to face the economic, political, and social challenges that they might encounter, whether they're in the United States or somewhere abroad. And so our group programs meet throughout the semester with their faculty or staff leader, and they, in those meetings, begin to learn about the politics, economics, and culture of the place that they're going, and begin to learn about the projects they'll be undertaking. We also have meetings for the students doing independent projects to prepare them for the experience as well. One of the things that we are proudest of in DukeEngage is the Fortin Foundation DukeEngage Academy. The Academy is a 2-day civic engagement conference. It's the largest such conference in the United States, where all of our students, all of our faculty directors, all of our staff who will be on the ground with students meet for 2 days in order to learn about the ethics of civic engagement, how to serve communities ethically and responsibly, how to overcome obstacles that they might encounter in the field, and I think just as importantly, to learn about the health and safety issues that students might confront when doing DukeEngage. Obviously, health and safety is one of the primary priorities for us in DukeEngage, and we talk about that throughout the spring semester and focus on that very fundamentally at the Academy. We are well prepared during the summer to both monitor and address health and safety concerns that students might have. We have a telephone, an emergency line that's 24 hours, 7 days a week, carried by DukeEngage staff from the time the first student leaves for their DukeEngage experience to the time that they return. We have an emergency card that parents and students receive that have not only the phone number for the emergency line, but also for a travel agent if there are problems with flights, and also to contact International SOS. International SOS is a firm that we contract with that provides medical advice, provides resources, so they know the good clinics and hospitals around the world, and they also, should we need it, provide security and even evacuation services if that were to be needed. The last thing I would say is that it is also one of our priorities in DukeEngage that students connect their DukeEngage experience back to their lives at Duke University when they return in August and September. We don't want this to be a barnacle on the ship of Duke University. We want it to be part of the ship. And so we have a Back at Duke event where we encourage students to think about how they're going to integrate their experience into their curricular and co-curricular lives on campus. That might be anything from looking at the new experiential certificates that we have at Duke, for teaching a house course on the program, for starting a student club that might address the issues that they were looking at in the field. They can use their DukeEngage experience to fulfill internship requirement for public policy, the fieldwork experience for global health. They can take a leadership position within DukeEngage in our guide program. There are a whole variety of ways that we put in front of returning DukeEngage students to help them think about how they make the most of their DukeEngage experience. We welcome parents to be part of that process, to reflect with their students on the deep impact that the program has had on them and how they might take that impact and have it influence the rest of their time at the university.